Hey YouTubers, today I'm doing a video on the Waterpik Water Flosser Complete Care. Comes with a sonic toothbrush and the water flosser unit itself. I was initially looking for a sonic care toothbrush. I've heard good things about them, and I had some recommendations, and a few people recommended the water flosser, so it's kind of up in the air. And I saw this product was basically 2-in-1. The toothbrush is not made by Sonicare, obviously. It's Waterpik, but it's a sonic toothbrush nonetheless. Let's take a look at the box. It's not an unboxing. I've been using it. I just wanted to give you a quick look at what it comes with, and I was on the fence as to what to get for a while, and maybe this video can help somebody else who's on the fence as well. But it comes with a bunch of different attachments, and the Sonicare toothbrush actually charges right in the base. So as long as it's plugged in, it will charge. I don't recommend leaving it plugged in and charging constantly. You probably kill the onboard battery. But that's basically the unit itself. A bunch of different attachments. They claim all these different improvements in brushing and all this stuff on the side of the box. And the back of the box goes on to tell you, a little more about it. It's adjustable. It has different pressure settings and an on-off knob. Comes with a travel case actually, and it's suitable for husband and wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, or more than one person at any rate, because you interchange the heads. Basically the toothbrush head comes out, the Waterpik head or orthodontal head or whatever tip you happen to be using is removed. So that's the portion that makes contact with your mouth. So the handles are fine. So you can just interchange everybody in the household. I mean, kids and whatever can have their own set of tips and just put them in. And I know they sell a lot of these tips as accessories, and of course you're gonna have to replace them at some point. Probably, I'm guessing every 6 months or something. I haven't had it that long, but you can also, get basically a set of whatever it uses, whatever member of the family uses what tip, and, have them keep it as their own. Then you have, the one base unit being used by everybody. So, and here it shows, guy at the sink and whatever. I do want to make one note, and I wasn't really thinking about this, but the unit is, the footprint of the unit is probably, I'm going to guess, it's about 8 inches long by about 6 inches wide from front to back. And I planned on putting it on a pedestal sink, and my ledge is kind of like sloped. So, and it's not that wide, so it barely fits on there. It just fits, and there's a plug right there. They actually have a spot, it's hollow in the bottom. You can actually tuck the plug up in there. So if you have a plug that's close like mine, you don't have all this excess wire sticking around. So I've done that. So when you see mine, I'm not taking it out because I jammed it all in there. But the plug is much longer than what I'm going to show. I just pushed it in because my plug is like literally right above the unit. So it just keeps it tighter. But I will say though that I have to be very careful on my pedestal sink, because the water tube for the flosser unit is not really that long. It's coiled, so it uncoils to a decent length, and it's fine. It's long enough to reach. I'm tall, and it's long enough to reach, and this, that, and the other thing. But if you indiscriminately, in my situation, pulled it, being that it's not so solid on the sink, you could actually drag the whole unit into the sink, and then you get a mess on your hands. So it would be better if I had a wider ledge to put it on near the sink. So if you have something narrow like that, just keep that in mind. But anyway, that's pretty much enough of the box. They say healthier gums in 14 days guaranteed. I don't really go by any of these claims. I go by real world usage. I've used it. I'm going to show you basically what it comes with. Let me scoot this out of here. And what it comes with, and some accessories that I bought, and give you some ideas on how the product actually performed. So this is the main unit. Like I said, you have this is just the handle. It's a sonic toothbrush. There's a bunch of different settings, as you can see with the light. There's actually 2 speeds, a low and a high. I'll shut up so you can hear. That's low, and that was high. Kind of loud, very strong. First time I used it, I was like, whoa. I put it on high right away, and I was like, almost shook the teeth out of my head. I wasn't used to it. But But so I put it on low, and I did it for the first couple of times. I still use it on low mostly, but seems to work very well. Let me show you. This is the water wand. There's obviously no tip in here. I'll show you the tips in a minute. This is it. This button actually stops the water from coming out, because once you turn this unit on, there's an on-off switch right here. I'll bring this a little closer to the camera. There's an on-off switch here, and then a power setting. Goes from 1 to 10, 10 being the most power, of course. Be careful with this. If you use it for the first time, just don't put it on 10, because the water comes out at a pretty nice stream, and it's pretty high powered. I would say start off around 4, see how it is, and then move around from there. But the coil, you can see the coil is, it's pretty. I don't know how long it actually goes, but I didn't run into a problem. I can't imagine most people would. And in the back, the cord I have tucked in there. I mean, this is how much cord I have sticking out. So it's not a hell of a lot, because my outlet's right there. So the unit itself, I'm gonna leave this dangling on the side. Basically, you have a water reservoir lid, which comes out. I'm going to fill it, so I'll show you exactly. I have a bunch of water here. It has a graduated measurement on the side there. So it goes from like up to 700 milliliters. And I'm just going to put some water in. I just want to give you an idea, like the operation of it, kind of what it sounds like, and show you. I'll use the same glass to shoot it into that I filled it up with. The other side, turn it around so you can get a better look. There's a compartment. It's detachable. I like that, for washing and cleaning. The whole sanitary part of it, is obviously a must. And I have attachments in here now. So these are the attachments I use, and my wife uses some different attachments. So I don't know if she uses all of them, but she keeps them separate. I don't use any of those. I don't have any orthodontal work really or anything. So it's the basic head of the toothbrush. They're color coded also, so you can get some that are like green and it's different colors to help identify them. But basically, this is a little caddy for the accessories. This is the main. There are a couple different versions of this, I believe. This is the main water jet. You can see the angle on the head, and really, it's super simple. You have, in addition to this button which stops the flow of water when you push it in, you have this button which is like a release. So you slide the head in, you hit a click, and you let it go, and it's in there. Simple as that. It rotates 360 degrees, so you can get a good angle. When you put it, you want to put the tip between your teeth. I usually put it right up to the tooth and shoot it in between the teeth. And if you want to stop the water, you hold this. If you let go, water will come out. So when you turn it on, make sure you have this pressed down. Otherwise, water's coming out. I made that mistake. Don't worry about it. So it's good that you shut it off from here. It's a temporary hold. It's just like a pause. And then you let it go if you want to reposition your mouth or take it out or whatever the case may be. If you want to stop it, you have to use the on-off switch. So I'm going to put this back in here. So there's that. This did not come with it. It's a tongue cleaner. I don't know how great you can see that on camera. It's like a little scoop to it. Again, they all fit in that handle the same way. So there are different. There's orthodontal brushes and pointier picks. The travel case they come with. That comes with. Let me move this back out so you can see the travel case. They give it this case, and my wife keeps some of the attachments in here. So there's let me see. This is like a much finer tip on this one. I think they call this the pick, and this one has 3 little brushes on the end. I think that's for braces to get into. I don't know how great you can see it on camera, but I think it's for braces. You can get into like the workings of a dental, or the nooks and crannies, I should say, of braces and things like that. So, handy travel case, I guess. We don't use it for travel mostly. It's just to separate the things. And then to charge up, I'm going to plug it in so you can actually see. Bear with me 1 second. Once you put it in, I'll put the toothbrush head on, show you how this goes on. Again, very simple. You basically just slide it on, you hear a click, and that's it, it's on there. You see it's lit up. Like I said, there's 2 speeds, 1, 2, and I don't know if you can see, but it actually shakes it back and forth. And when you put it in, all you have to do is set it in the cradle. As you can see here, it's weird, there's no socket or anything. It must do like some conductive charging around there. You just set it in and it charges. And then when it's in here, it'll tell you, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, full charge, whatever. And so on and so forth. So this is basically how you'd see it on the shelf, ready to go. I like to keep the tips, away. I clean them when I'm done. I put them in here. I just try to keep it sanitary, But I'm going to set this on 6, just to give you an idea. So actually, let's make it 5. It'll be halfway. So this is exactly halfway. And I'm going to, let me use, I don't know if you, hold on, let me put this glass here. I want you to hear how loud it is and the force of the water. So I'm going to start it up with my finger holding this button so no water comes out all over. And I'm going to shut up so you can hear this without any water. Now, if I let go, you can see this, hopefully you'll be able to see the stream of water in the glass. It makes like almost like a little jackhammering sound. Not that loud, but it's like a pulsing. And then you press it to pause. Now no water comes out. And then you resume. I mean, it's pretty powerful. If you put it on 10, you gotta be careful, because I gotta put it up higher. I mean, it really comes out. So I wouldn't advise going up that high unless you know you really need it. And even then, I'd be careful. Like I said, usually, both me and my wife keep it around 4 or so. And that's pretty much it. So you place the beam of water between your teeth. It does work pretty well, I have to say. I'm going to shut it off. It does work pretty well. First time I've used it, first thing I did was I brushed with the Sonic toothbrush. I'm going to dip this in here and show you this working in a second. But I brushed with the toothbrush first, and then I used that same head for between my teeth instead of flossing. And I will say that at no time probably in my life did my teeth feel cleaner, and that even includes when I've come back from the dentist, than they did after that. I definitely felt like it made a difference. Both things I think made a difference. The toothbrush made a huge difference right away, because when I stopped using the toothbrush in between, when I finished brushing with the toothbrush, before I even used the water flosser, my teeth felt like super clean. And I feel like, because the head just vibrates quickly, there's not this traditional back and forth brushing. So some areas you really can't get a lot of throw, especially in the back on certain angles or whatever. Well, with this, you just basically set it in place, and it does all the work by shaking in that spot. So you don't have to worry about that kind of distance for the brush to move. So I feel with that, you get a much better brushing in tight spaces. I noticed that, and that was a huge difference right there. Overall, I liked it. Both units are noisy. So if you're someone that's sensitive to sound, maybe, check it out somewhere before you buy, or buy it from somewhere that will allow you to return it. I didn't find the noise to be a deal breaker. Could it be quieter? Sure. But it worked pretty much okay. I'm going to dip this in the glass so you can get an idea of hold on, let me get a better angle. I'm going to put it on low and then high. So, I don't know if it's actually going to show. And there's a little oscillation if you could see by the top of the water. I don't know if you can actually see the water moving a little bit. And when I put it on high, I know you can see that. So, one of them just kind of pushes there. There is definitely, some water being pushed around, but the high really is just, violently shakes, and that really, I've used it on high, and I can use it on high now. It doesn't hurt or anything, but in the beginning, I was honestly a little afraid to put it on high because it was like a little startling. I didn't really think it was going to be that powerful, but I'm okay with it now. So that's basically it in a nutshell. It's what you get. Obviously, they give you, let me move this before I spill it all over the place. They give you instruction manuals, brochures, and all this other stuff. And if you need help, call them and tell you about the accessories and all that. The model is the WP900, by the way. They call it the Complete Care because it comes with the toothbrush and the water flosser itself. So good name for it because it is complete. It was what I was looking for because I was torn between both, and now I have both in one unit. So good idea in their part. The base could be a little smaller so that it could fit, in more situations. I wish, I mean, my sink is not an oddball pedestal sink, and it just, I wish it was a little smaller in the base with maybe some sort of rubberized bottom to make it grip a little more. But I would say that. Other than that, it seems to be built well. It seems to be easy to clean. And you'll have to change the attachments when necessary, especially the brushes, but that's with anything else. You got to buy your own toothbrushes anyway. So I kind of feel like, it was a win-win on that aspect. Does it really make your teeth cleaner? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say, yeah, I feel like my teeth are cleaner. It does take longer to brush your teeth. So if you're somebody who's lazy about it and really cares, really cares how long it takes, yeah, it takes longer. I mean, I brush twice. Usually I go over all sides of the teeth twice with the sonic toothbrush and then come back with the water flosser. So it takes me a lot longer than it used to, but it's a lot cleaner than it used to. I'm definitely getting areas where I never would have gotten before, and it does make a difference. There have been times where I just don't have the time. I'm just rushing, and I'll just use my old toothbrush and cheat, once in a blue moon, just because I'm rushing and I know I'm not going to have the time to do it. So in all honesty, has that happened? Sure, that has happened, and I'm sure it'll probably happen to other people as well. But I would recommend this for sure if you're somebody who's fanatical about your teeth. Even if you're not, it cleans a lot better, and it's all in one unit. I think I paid like $65 for it or something like that, so it wasn't horribly priced. I mean, it's not so cheap, but I guess you get what you pay for. I mean, if you're going to compare this to regular brushing, forget it. There's no contest, and I don't like to floss with the regular wax floss. I don't feel that I'm really great at it. I never really was. I feel like that's really, and you can do damage actually if you don't do it right. So I feel like this is safer. I feel like it works just as well. My teeth feel better, definitely, having used it. So I will say that I feel like it works. Is it worth $65? I don't know. You ever have problems with your teeth and go to the dentist? Yeah, it's a lot more than that. So yes, I would say it's worth it. I would recommend it. If you guys have any questions or you want to know anything more about the product or or anything, just leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer it best I can. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hey YouTubers, today I'm doing a video on the Waterpik Water Flosser Complete Care. Comes with a sonic toothbrush and the water flosser unit itself. I was initially looking for a sonic care toothbrush. I've heard good things about them, and I had some recommendations, and a few people recommended the water flosser, so it's kind of up in the air. And I saw this product was basically 2-in-1. The toothbrush is not made by Sonicare, obviously. It's Waterpik, but it's a sonic toothbrush nonetheless. Let's take a look at the box. It's not an unboxing. I've been using it. I just wanted to give you a quick look at what it comes with. And I was on the fence as to what to get for a while. And maybe this video can help somebody else who's on the fence as well. But it comes with a bunch of different attachments. The Sonicare toothbrush actually charges right in the base. So as long as it's plugged in, it will charge. I don't recommend leaving it plugged in and charging constantly. You probably kill the onboard battery. But yeah, that's basically the unit itself. A bunch of different attachments. You know, they claim all these different improvements in brushing and all this stuff on the side of the box. And the back of the box goes on to tell you, you know, a little more about it. It's adjustable. It has different pressure settings and an on-off knob. Comes with a travel case, actually. And it's suitable for, you know, husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend or whatever, or, you know, more than one person at any rate, because you interchange the heads. You know, basically the toothbrush head comes out, the Waterpik head or orthodontal head or whatever tip you happen to be using is removed. So that's the